really good. Lake Basin, you can see why this is awesome. This lake view. I just pulled a total Carlson. Gosh, Mike. You just learning to ride?
Congratulations, you're our first one.
Day 9 of the 2020 Tour of Idaho route started at Lochsa Lodge and ended in Wallace, Idaho. Although I've mentioned it before, by this point in the tour, the days can start to become a blur. I had to constantly remind myself to just stop and soak in the experience, because I had been preparing and dreaming about this for years, and then, when right in the midst of it, it was easy to start to assume that getting up and riding your motorcycle a few hundred miles every day through some of the most beautiful and remote trails anywhere in the US, and only seeing a few people all day, was somehow completely normal. Lochsa Lodge was a great place to stay, and I've added it to my growing list of places that I plan to come back and explore even more. The start of Day 9 retraced our route from the evening before, heading back up the Forest Service roads, along Parachute Hill, then along more portions of the Lewis and Clark Historic Trail, past the morning fog on Cayuse Lake, cruising along Toboggan Ridge, and then finally hitting our first single track of the day, where we picked up the Lundy Ridge Rock Garden Trail. Not far into the trail, we had our first challenge point of the day, the Lundy Ridge Switchbacks. These were a really fun set of switchbacks, clung to the steep hillside, just before the rock garden portion of the trail.
Pretty cool place. Wish we had a little more time to hang out. Sunrise again. Every day except one so far. We just watched the sunrise. Look how awesome. first downfall. The fun has already started. I'll roll up here and then park. I wasn't even paying attention to us needing a challenge, and I thought you were making fun of me because I did exactly what you did.
I don't know if that's the one, but it's the Lundy Ridge.
We're
Here 9DYD1, so
we're like very close. Anywhere in here, I think that with a switchback will do. Maybe shed a layer.
not me. I'm still freezing.
Are you?
The morning had been surprisingly brisk, and with an early start, the early morning sun just barely starting to warm things up, we were chilled and hadn't gotten much blood pumping up to that point. But that all changed though once we ascended the Lundy switchbacks. In fact, the first time I saw steam boiling from my bike the entire tour was at the top of the switchbacks. We shed a layer, and I also made a rookie mistake and left some electrical accessories on while doing so, which required me to jumpstart my bike. After regrouping, we hit the trail again, this time through the rock garden section of Lundy Ridge, and then a long and incredibly fun descent on single track all the way down to the bridge over Cayuse Creek, where we had been the night before.
Huckleberries.
We even took the opportunity to stop and gorge on some fresh huckleberries alongside the trail. It was a great start to the day. From there, it was an easy cruise along Forest Service roads north across Cayuse Creek, eventually crossing another bridge across Kelly Creek, then further north to the North Fork of the Clearwater River, then west to our second challenge point of the day, the Quartz Creek View. It was here that we stopped for an early day snack break. The sun was higher in the sky, and we sat on the edge of the road on the steep hillside, each of us lost in our own thoughts. The sun felt good, and after 9 days of long riding and very little sleep, we could have easily taken a little nap. In fact, Brent may just have snoozed off for a few minutes in the early morning sunshine.
Where did I put my gloves? Oh, of course, I have to drop it. Oh. Work. Okay, after the Lundy switchbacks, we stopped at the top to take off a bunch of layers and eat a little something because we hadn't had any breakfast. And I made the mistake of leaving my heated grips on because when we were coming up here this morning out of Lochsa, it was freezing cold. Freezing. And so anyway, I ran my battery dead. I tried to go down this hill, I bump start it, and I couldn't get it. So I had to get my jumper kit out because I didn't want to go much further down and get cliffed out and then get in a bigger situation. So that was a delay that I wasn't expecting. Got to get my crap together today. I'm just tired, not riding very good, so we'll get there. Go on. We are Lundy Ridge, right on top. Pretty sweet view. Huckleberries. Don't mind if I do. Oh yeah. Except watch for bears. Oh, holy crap, those are good. Oh, I could sit and do that all day. Some nice huckleberries up here if you want some. Somebody's elk camp. Trail 532 maybe. Cayuse. We were just up on top of the elk camp and we are now dropping down. Trail 539. Lundy Rock Guard Trail. Crap, that was so good. That was awesome. How's that?
I have no triceps left.
Oh man, that was really good.
That was.
Like that was just. That's yours. We came down this right and went right to that by that landing field. I'm looking for it. Was it right in the middle of the road? Got it. That's Brent's. We rode down this last night and coming up this morning, so I got it.
That's funny.
What are the chances of that? You ready with me? Yeah. Somebody lost one.
Yeah, somebody. Well, that'd be me.
After our nice little break, the next segment took us from the Quartz Creek View to Hillard Divide Trail. This was primarily a series of Forest Service roads linking us from one section to the next. However, it was a nice rest from the mental and physical focus that was required on the single track. Besides, there's no such thing as a bad view in this area. We were fortunate to have yet another beautiful day on the mountain, and we were doing all we could to enjoy it.
Trail, day 9. It's anywhere along here between these two waypoints. Did you stop?
Once starting the Heller Divide Trail, we were treated to a nice little buffet of more awesome Idaho single track as we headed northeast towards the Continental Divide and the Idaho-Montana border, where we intersected the aptly named State Line Trail. It was here that we came right up to the steep ridge looking directly into a beautiful basin of our next challenge point of the day, the view down into Heart Lake.
learned to love this bike and this stuff. Second gear, a little bit of clutch. And she just powers up it, rolls over stuff. So good. This is the view looking down into Heart Lake Basin. You can see why it's called Heart Lake. It's awesome. This is also a challenge point. When you walk up here, you can see the trail that goes down into the basin. And I believe that that's the one that Jeff Jensen took last year mistakenly, and then had to haul himself back up and out of there. We're gonna go, and there should be a trail up along kind of the left side of this ridge line over into the basin on the next side, and I think it's Cliff Lake, and there's another challenge point over there. So when you roll up, and you'll know when you get here, obviously because of this, and the trail preceding this coming up is a pretty gnarly climb. It's a beautiful day, and we're still really enjoying ourselves. We're tired, mostly just from a lack of sleep, but how can we complain about this?
It wasn't very far to the next challenge point. In fact, it was just up the ridgeline. This small segment of trail contains some of the best views of the tour, having just left the ridge overlooking Heart Lake, and then a quick couple of miles to the northwest to another beautiful overview looking down into Cliff Lake.
not tired of the views after 9 days. I still come around corners and I'm just in awe. So awesome. Cliff Lake view. This is the next challenge point after the Heart Lake.
After another challenge point and picture spot above Cliff Lake, we continued along the State Line Trail. There was another dose of awesome single track riding right along the Continental Divide, which eventually transitions to the Forest Service State Line Road along the border. If you keep your eyes peeled, there are many more lakes off the east slope of the ridgeline on the Montana side. The views are simply spectacular. The trail then transitions from road back to an ATV trail, but don't let it fool you. This late in the day, it will still keep you on your toes with many descents, silty ruts, and quick turns into deep brush. After Bullion Pass, the ATV trail turns back to single track. It's critical to not be lulled into a false sense of security. The St. Joe Divide Trail over to Stevens Peak in and of itself is not especially gnarly, but the compounding effects of 9 days of riding and being this late into the afternoon, with images of a big plate of barbecue and a soft bed in Wallace, can dull your riding acuity to a point that you could make a dumb mistake. Don't ask me how I know. The narrow off-camber single track covered in bare grass along the south side of Stevens Peak, just before the second to last challenge point of the day, is another section of trail that will keep you on your toes, and if not, you'll end up on your head, or an energy-sapping bike recovery. We made it, but we're admittedly getting tired and a little sloppy at this point in the day.
stopped eating huckleberries. We're on our last stretch into Wallace at the end of day 9. After the last couple challenge points and that ridge trail, we rode mostly just on Forest Service Road over here. I think we've got about 15 miles to go. And we just peeled off on this ATV trail. And I think we also have one more challenge point. One coming up. We're still on the ATV trail. We estimate about 15 miles out from Wallace. Just took a quick break just to make the final stretch. And we talked about barbecue. That sounds really good. We're a little tired of trail snacks. Just when you thought you were going to blast the last few miles at 6.
Hey, here it is day 9 and I still haven't learned my lesson.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh. When you think you're going to be just blasting into town on some fire road or something. One last little surprise for you. Trail is actually right on the Idaho-Montana border. Oh, on the left is Idaho, on my right, Montana. And that's where we're going. Oh shoot, right off the bat. That's what being tired does for you. Hey Brent, you got a copy? I'm coming. I just pulled a total Carlson 5 feet up that trail. So I've been wrestling it, but I'm ready now. It ain't over till it's over. Don't do anything stupid. Like that. we started up that trail right off. Literally, I wasn't even 5-10 feet up the trail, and my back tire just kind of went whoop, off. So I stopped, and then I tried lifting the bike, and then I was stupid, and I was like, I'm not gonna lift it. I can just use my throttle. You know how it is. So then you can guess what it did. Whoop. Next thing I know, the whole bike is pointed. Front tire is still kind of on the trail. And so then I ended up totally wrestling it all the way. Like I was underneath it, and I was trying to bench press it, and it took everything out of me. Oh, that was so stupid. Okay.
I just nursed it coming across there.
Oh, and then that was just... Actually, I bet you we don't have to get off the bike. So let's just do this, because I'll just go like this. And then I'll hurry and post it.
On the day. Yeah, you're here on worn out tires.
Okay, I have no service, so it's gonna have to wait.
Got barbecue on the mind.
It was obvious we were getting tired and really looking forward to getting into Wallace at a decent hour, cleaning up, having a nice meal, and a good night's rest in anticipation of day 10. We should have known better from past experience, but just when you think you're winding down the day and ready for an easy cruise into town, there's always a nice little surprise for you. We made our way off of Stevens Peak and then to one last ATV trail that drops quickly off the ridgeline down to Placer Creek and then straight into Wallace. We made it to the Ryan a little after 5 o'clock, one of our earliest arrivals of the entire tour, and it was totally worth it. To say that Donna at the Ryan was excited and accommodating would be a total understatement. She and her husband were simply awesome, and it made everything that we had experienced up to that point totally worth it.
Oh my gosh, Mike. You just learning to ride? Descent off the mountain. We should be coming in on the top side of Wallace. I'll be honest, the last 15 miles were way gnarlier than I thought. I thought we were going to blast in on just Forest Service roads and stuff, but there's some legit single track, crazy side hill and stuff. And now we're just coming in on this ATV trail, just letting the dust out.
I need a couple things.
Okay.
So let's do our selfie shot while you.
Let's do
I
it.
like your style. Help us think, because we're not.
Yes. Masks on or masks off?
Well, whatever you're comfortable with, I'm.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be dirty. It's
Okay, as long as you understand that. You've seen more than one of those games.
Here we go.
All right. Perfect.
Martin said you guys are two of the, well, I said three, so I don't know about the other guys.
This one
Sorry.
way.
But he said you guys are some of the best.
Some of the best.
And so
Well,
he's
he's
really,
doing-
Appreciate that.
congratulations, you're
Thank
our
you.
first ones. That's a couple things. That's something. This is
Yeah.
Brian Hotel. I just want you to sign and put like a number 1 and your team name, which
Yep.
is
Well, we're Utah because Brent and I are from Utah, and our buddy was from Idaho, so it was UTHO.
Yep.
But now we're just.
So I'm just gonna
instead
leave
of
this.
hose.
So Donna, that's a
Yeah.
two-way street.
Yes.
Yeah, people of significance I've been meeting along the way, I'm having them sign my front fender.
I'm glad we finally get some people here too.
But you guys did it, and you're here at a reasonable time. So, but most important, let's get you into your rooms, okay?
Yes, he does.
And then we put something in your freezer. Whoever gets the room with 2 beds gets twice as much as you get the Dante Peace room.
Okay.
That movie was filmed here in Wallace. The square one's the front door. I'll show you to your room. This
You
is
don't know
not
how
fun.
bad we needed this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you
we've
do.
been, we've
Come
been,
on.
we've been pulling in at late hours. Just a thought of coming. Oh, wow.
Oh, yes, party room. So we've been thinking we want barbecue.
Is it 624 or 524?
5.
Come on.
Yeah.
Good.
We've
You
been,
guys deserve it after this
we've
amazing
been rolling in
feat.
pretty late. One night we didn't have any dinner at all. One place we did think enough to call ahead and had put a sandwich in our room, but still, it's been a grind.
When this first started, and I told Martin I would do this, he said, sometimes the guys are going to arrive at 10 o'clock midnight and he feels they're going to be hungry. And I said, I'll feed them. So we did that for about a year, and then he said, changing around, because Wallace is too beautiful and perfect to not enjoy it.
Yeah.
So then that's why you guys arrive early, and then you can...
Want us to put our team name?
I want your team name, and then like, number 1.
That's
And we have I Love Wallace temporary tattoos.
Friday.
14.
I hope that gets filled up. We hope that all the other teams are. Yeah. Everybody says you have to make it to Wallace. We didn't think when we scheduled this that we were going to be the first team here. That wasn't part of the plan.